Chop up. The mother is chopping up the vegetables for the meal. Tip into. The mother is tipping the chopped cucumbers into the bowl to finish the salad. Hand over. The mother is handing over the bell pepper. Help out. The boy is helping out by preparing the salad. Look after. The mother is looking after her son as he uses the knife. Cut through. The boy carefully cuts through the pepper skin. Walk through. The mother is walking him through the process of chopping.
Welcome back to Think Aloud English. I'm Roxy.
And I'm Roshi.
I know that video can go by pretty quickly.
It really does.
So, have you ever been, helping someone in the kitchen? They ask you to chop up the carrots or hand over the salt?
And you just pause for a second.
Exactly. English speakers use these little two-word verbs all the time.
They really do. And if you want to sound more natural when you're talking about everyday tasks, especially preparing food, these phrasal verbs are just key.
So today we're going to break down 7 of them. 7 really common ones you'll hear pretty much anytime you step into a kitchen.
Our goal is pretty simple. We want to make sure you can understand and, actually use these verbs when you're talking about cooking.
Or even just giving someone instructions. So let's jump right in with maybe the most common one.
Okay. Chop up.
Right, to chop up.
This one's pretty straightforward. It just means to cut food into small pieces.
Like in the example, the mother is chopping up the vegetables for the meal. It's that quick sort of repeated cutting action.
Yeah, it's super useful.
So once everything is chopped up, you need to put it somewhere. That brings us to our next one.
Tip into.
Tip into.
Yeah, this means you're pouring dropping the contents from one container into another one, usually quite quickly.
So you're tilting it, right.
Exactly. Like the mother is tipping the chopped cucumbers into the bowl to finish the salad.
I see. It's a very specific, quick action. Now, for the teamwork aspects, you need to.
Hand over.
Yes. Hand over. This one just means to pass something directly to someone else.
But it feels a bit more active than just pass, doesn't it?
It does. It feels more deliberate. In the example, the mother is handing over the bell pepper so the boy can cut it.
Right. And when you're doing all this, you're actively involved. You are, in fact, helping out.
And that's our next phrase. Help out.
To help out is simply to assist someone, to contribute to a task, to make it easier.
Like, the boy is helping out by preparing the salad. But you can help out with anything, really. Homework, chores.
Sure. And that idea of helping out, it connects nicely to safety, especially when there are knives involved.
Which brings us to number 5.
Look after.
To look after someone means to supervise them or, to take care of them.
Exactly. So in this scene, the mother is looking after her son as he uses the knife. It's all about that supervision.
Which is so important when you're teaching a skill.
And that focus on the knife itself. Okay, so before we get to the last few, just a quick reminder, if you're finding this helpful, we'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe or follow the show.
And maybe drop us a comment later to try out some of this new vocabulary. It's great practice.
Definitely. Okay, so what about the next one? Cut through. How is that different?
Well, cut through is a little more precise. We use it when you have to slice something that has a tough layer.
Like the skin on a pepper or a melon?
Exactly. You saw the boy carefully working to cut through the pepper skin. It implies a bit of effort against some resistance.
Right. So you're not just chopping, you're actively cutting through it.
That's it. And finally, a really useful one for instructions. Walk through.
This means guiding someone step by step through a process.
Yes. The mother was walking him through how to chop vegetables. You can walk a colleague through new software.
Or walk a friend through a new recipe. That's a perfect example.
And that's our 7. Wow. So just to recap, let's quickly review the 7 verbs we covered.
Okay. We had chop up,
Tip into,
hand over,
help out,
look after, cut through,
And finally, walk through. So now it's your turn to practice a little.
We have a question for you. How do you help out in your kitchen? Try to write your answer in the comments using one of the new verbs.
We really love seeing what you come up with.
Okay, so now that you understand the meanings, we're going to play that video one more time.
But this time, try using the shadowing technique. Listen carefully and then repeat what you hear out loud.
Yeah, try to mimic the speaker's rhythm and tone. It's amazing for your pronunciation.
And we have one final tip for you to help make all this new language stick.
Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Try watching the same video again, not just today, but maybe a day from now and then a week from now.
And even a month from now. It's called spaced repetition, and it really, really helps new language stick in your brain.
It really does. Well, thank you so much for learning with us today.
Yes, thank you. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time on Think English Aloud.
Goodbye, everyone.
Chop up. The mother is chopping up the vegetables for the meal. Tip into. The mother is tipping the chopped cucumbers into the bowl to finish the salad. Hand over. The mother is handing over the bell pepper. Help out. The boy is helping out by preparing the salad. Look after. The mother is looking after her son as he uses the knife. Cut through. The boy carefully cuts through the pepper skin. Walk through. The mother is walking him through the process of chopping.